Hi viewers, this is Fakir Yogi Virendra Yogi who believe in the harmonious relationship with every country. The world is one, and as being a Fakir Yogi Virendra Yogi, I believe in joining together, uniting together, organizing together, living together. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, treating the whole earth is our family, and remembering the immortal words of Swami Vivekananda. Sisters and brothers of America, Sisters and Brothers of America in 1893, World Parliament of Religions, that is our philosophy. The eternal religion of harmony, bonding, love and affection. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, Sarve Bhavatu Sukhina, all have to be happy. And Atma Sarvhotesu, every creature, birds, fish, animal, plants and humans must learn to live in harmony. Also reminding the Charles Darwin theory of evolution, we are all one. And so today in this video, I really invite one of my beloved friend, Palki Sharma, who is editor-in-chief of WION, The World is One, to tell something about one of the greatest and most powerful patriotic person, Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, who is now indulged in a war with Ukraine. Vladimir Putin became the president in 1999 and in 1991. The worst days of USSR was when Mikhail Gorbachev could not save USSR from disintegrating into 15 states. Vladimir Putin, life story, right from birth till now. What a bold, what a brave, what a great child, born in a very poor family, but very gigantically, mentally very tough, valiant, knows no fear, loves his motherland, and at the cost of everything he can defend his motherland. He wants to unite and integrate the broken Russia, and he wants the broken states, they should never be inimical and join NATO, because they will be really threat to the supremacy of the people of Russia. Here Mrs. Palki Sharma Upadhyay is going to tell us the story of Vladimir Putin, whom I love and adore, because I also love my motherland. Simultaneously I love the entire earth. The earth is one, the world is one. Now, Madam Palki, please tell us the story.
Our world is at war. The man waging it is Vladimir Putin. He is the president of Russia. For the longest time, Putin kept the world guessing. Will there be war in Ukraine? Will there not be a war in Ukraine? Then one morning, he decided to shock the world. He invaded Ukraine and dared the world to stop him. If you interfere from outside, you will face consequences, he said. Consequences greater than any you have faced in history. Where does Putin get this nerve from? In 2008, he sent troops to Georgia. In 2014, he annexed Crimea. It's 2022, and Vladimir Putin has single-handedly put Europe in a spot. He has launched a multi-frontal attack on Ukraine. People are calling Putin the new Hitler, the Nazi dictator who wanted to unify Greater Germany. So he sent Nazi troops in the area between the Third Reich and the Sudetenland region in Czechoslovakia. It was home to many German-speaking communities, just like Donbass is home to many Russian-speaking communities. Putin, too, is following Hitler's playbook. He wants to unify his motherland, so he has sent tanks and troops to Ukraine. He has invaded a European country in the year 2022. Again, where does Putin get this nerve from? Putin's grandfather worked as a cook for Joseph Stalin, but that's actually irrelevant here. Experts believe Putin picked his dictatorial traits from a former boss. Putin was once the deputy mayor of St. Petersburg. His boss was the city's mayor. His name was Anatoly Sobchak. Putin admired him and is said to have subconsciously picked his traits. Today, Putin's authoritarianism is out in the open. Ukraine says parallels between Putin and Hitler are not a meme anymore. They are Ukraine's reality. You see, if we have to understand the war in Ukraine, we must first understand Vladimir Putin, the man who is pulling the strings of this war. What's in his mind? What has shaped his life? So where do we start? You would know that Vladimir Putin was once a KGB agent. KGB was a Soviet spy agency. When Putin was training for it in 1975, his trainers found out a flaw in the young man. They said Putin had a diminished sense of danger.
Diminished sense of danger, because danger has nothing for him. He is ready to play with fire. He can challenge the whole world. He can challenge Biden, he can challenge all the NATO partners. He is fearless man, ferocious man, knows no fear. A valiant, true valiant person. Diminished sense of fear. No sense of fear. Fearless
In other
man.
words, what may seem dangerous to you and me may not seem dangerous to
No
Vladimir
dangerous.
Putin.
Yeah.
He acknowledges this in his biography. He says back in his KGB days, a negative trait often ascribed to him was his lowered sense of danger.
Lower sense
The
of
spy
danger.
agency considered this a very serious flaw.
Flaw.
Well, they were not wrong. Look at what's happening now. Putin's dangerous invasion in Ukraine. Which leader today would dare to send tanks into another country? Which leader would be unafraid of repercussions? Putin has been exhibiting this diminished sense of danger since his childhood. He was born in October 1952 in the Soviet city of Leningrad. His parents belonged to the working class. They lived in a Soviet-style apartment and shared the space with two other families. While most children picked up humble sports, Putin decided to pursue a martial art called Sambo. While most schoolboys dreamt of becoming a doctor or a fighter pilot or something glamorous, Putin dreamt of becoming a spy. He first set foot into the KGB headquarters when he was still in his teens. He graduated from the Leningrad State University in 1975 and went straight to join the KGB. He was posted in East Germany, where he mastered smokes and mirrors. Long before Ukraine, Crimea, or Georgia, he wrote a campaign biography. It is based on one-on-one interviews. In one of these interviews, Putin recounts an incident from his university days. He says he was driving a car. His martial arts coach was with him. They were on a road outside Leningrad when Putin saw a farm truck passing them. He tried to grab a piece of hay through the car window. Next thing you know, he has nearly lost control of the car. The coach is scared and furious. He turns to Putin and says, "You take risks." Putin replies, "I thought the hay smelled good." Which person looking to lead a country would tell such a story to his voters? Like he's James Bond or something, chasing death casually and bragging about it. Which leader would project himself as impulsive? This book I'm talking about was published in the year 2000, the year Vladimir Putin became the president of Russia for the first time. Things had changed rapidly for him since the collapse of the Soviet Union. In 1991, Putin became the deputy mayor of St. Petersburg. In 1997, the deputy chief of the presidential staff. A year later, the head of the FSB, the new spy agency, the successor of the KGB. Putin was heading it. In 1999, he became one of Russia's first deputy prime ministers, then prime minister, and then president. His career soared as Russia's reputation tanked. Boris Yeltsin, Russia's first president, was corrupt, drunk, and a laughingstock. Plus, Yeltsin was too close to the West for Putin's taste. You see, while the Cold War was over, its legacy remained, and Putin, a former Soviet spy, could never really get himself to trust the West. He could not ignore the fact that the NATO was growing, that all of these countries had become a part of this alliance. Even back in 1999, Putin feared that NATO would expand, go on to include ex-Soviet republics, and ultimately surround Russia. He was frustrated that Yeltsin was not doing enough to contain the NATO. Putin dreamt of a Russian state, one that would be independent, influential, and feared. Chechnya gave him the opportunity to build that dream state. The region had broken away from Russia, and Chechen rebels had become a nuisance. In 1999, a series of blasts rocked Russia. More than 300 people were killed across several Russian cities. Putin was the prime minister. He began naming, shaming, and blaming Chechens on live television. He started holding regular press briefings. He would whip up nationalistic emotions, call Chechens mad dogs. Putin vowed to avenge the blasts. Soon his approval rating soared from 2% before the bombings to 45% after them.
Dear friends, so Palki was telling us a beautiful life story of Vladimir Putin. I really appreciate every citizen of the nation must love his motherland and do everything possible to defend it and protect it. But the real reason for such conflict, which has arisen in Ukraine is because Zelensky is really trying to align his forces, drag the Ukrainian entire nation towards NATO and in alliance with the Western power, EU, European Union. That is not acceptable to Vladimir Putin because this is a border country, and he will never like to see that the US should be at his doorstep. So and so forth. There are a lot of stories about Vladimir Putin, but I really get inspiration, and I wish we should have some sense of respect for the loss of the lives and property. Because as a Fakir Yogi, Brendra Yogi, we want to unite, join together, live in perfect harmony. I am always pleading for the world peace. Birds, fish, animal, plants and humans must live in harmony. We should protect environment. We should protect lives of every creature. What to talk of humans when there are so many casualties? I worry for just one pin or pen. This is so precious for me. But when I see the houses, the roads, the infrastructure being burnt and demolished and destroyed, this is a very painful experience for me. I really wish Zelensky should understand. He should maintain a neutral state because he is just at the front door of the two divided groups, Western and Russia, the Cold War time rivals, and then their peace will prevail. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, viewers. I really appreciate your patience to really understand my mission. And I blame Zelensky 100%, 1000%. Absolutely, he is responsible for the casualties. Putin will never surrender. He is a mighty warrior. His whole personality is steel-made. He is one of the greatest patriotic Russian who will never surrender. If need be, he will destroy the whole planet Earth with the bombardment of 6,252, the most powerful nuclear weapons. Let's wish good sense prevail on these warring nations, the heads of the state. They should all try to spread peace, love and prosperity and happiness for everyone. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, all have to be happy. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one. And Atma Sarvbhutesu, we should develop feelings. Greed has poisoned man's soul, has barricaded the world in hate, has gouged step into misery, bloodshed, sorrow, horror, distractions of everything. We have mechanized, but we have shut ourselves in. We have developed a speed, but that speed is destructive. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. We are united. With our discovery and inventions, the brotherhood of the world has broadened, so we can communicate and talk to each other. There is a need for a very warm and very affectionate heart. Heart should feel, mind should think, and heart and mind combined together should think harmony, peace, love. We are short-lived. Nobody is permanent here. Lives of great men all remind us peace, love and non-violence, truth, justice, kindness, compassion, honesty, integrity, humility, generosity. That should be the real trait of survival for the beautiful planet Mother Earth. It can provide for everyone. World has room for everyone. We all should help each other. We should all care for each other. There is no need for such kind of destruction of one nation by another nation. Thank you, viewers. Good sense prevail on all of you.